Many of you have asked about different options for building passive income. Remember, this list will always be a living document because there are always going to be new ideas and new ways of generative passive income. And this today is a list of possible options that are available in 2024 for working people in special. So keeping that in mind, here are some of my suggestions. Let's jump in.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Before we go ahead, let's look at what is passive income. Passive income are those sources of income which needs minimal effort ongoing once the initial investment or work is completed. This is different from active income, which is like a job that you work at, which needs ongoing effort, and only when you do that do you keep getting income. So that's a big difference. Passive income works for you even when you're sleeping. Some of the characteristics of passive income, like I said, it works for you even when you're sleeping, so it does not need continuous ongoing work for it to keep generating income. Second is there's a huge option to scale your income with minimal input. Whereas if you remember in active incomes like a job, you're selling your time. So till you get your next raise, whether you work very hard or not, your income doesn't go up and down. It's fixed. And the third characteristic of passive income is that by diversification into different streams of income of passive kind, you reduce the risk that you carry because they come with a little bit of risk. So let's look at some of the current sources of passive income which I think are ideal for working people, for people who have an active day job. I will broadly classify it under different heads. The first one, which is the most safest, are bank deposits. Whether they are current account or they are fixed deposits, they are most safe and gives you recurring income from interest generated. The interest levels are fixed and they are not very scalable and they are not big. Okay, so it's not that you can make a lot of wealth from there, but it keeps working overnight, so your money is producing more money. That's at a very safe basic level of passive income. The second one, which is very interesting and without which in my mind you can't create serious wealth, that's to buy a piece of a company. You cannot create wealth without owning a part of the company. Okay, so what does that mean? And it falls into different categories. At a very basic level, you invest in stocks. So you put your money into stocks which appreciate, and of course you carry a risk of that depreciating too, but it works on its own. Once you bought the stock, it works on its own. It goes up and down depending on the performance of that stock and that company. You obviously, like I say, you need to work with an expert on that because there's a lot of research to be done, and for working people you will never find the time. So stocks are one option. The other option is what is called as dividend stocks. Dividend stocks are those stocks of companies that offer you dividends. Dividends is when the company does a lot of profit, they share some of the profit with you. So you get periodic checks based on the company doing well, while your basic stock price itself appreciates. So you make money on the asset that you own, but you also get regular cash back. So those are interesting stocks to go, that is dividend stock. And finally you have the mutual funds. The mutual funds is a bouquet of stocks which you invest in. So you know that one thing goes down, the other will go up, so that bouquet will work well. And this is done by experts. So there are different funds managed by different experts. So you don't have to think too much. So there are standard ones. So you need an advisor, of course, here too, to tell you how to manage your portfolio. but these are safer, high return, less risky, if I may say. Okay, but nothing comes without risk in this. There are also government and private bonds where they pay you regular checks based on the interest increase which happens, fairly safe bonds. And at a certain level, maybe much later in your age, when you have got enough surplus to invest, you must also look at investing in startups as a passive income. So you put money in startup, but that needs you to gain a lot of experience, because you will do with your own knowledge on which startups will work well and succeed in future. But that's an option where you can generate a lot of passive income. My suggestion is, don't even think about it till you get to 45 at least. Learn a lot in the meantime and get it equipped to understand these investments. The next category I will put under real estate. Real estate, the first one which I will talk of, which I think you should. So all young people, instead of rushing to buy your own house to live in, I would suggest you buy a house to rent out, while you yourself live in either your parents' house or another rental at a cheaper place. But buy a house to rent out. Rental is a very good passive income, while your base asset value also is growing. But you keep getting a paycheck every month, okay, without having to worry, and every year it will appreciate, because that's how you will sign up. The other category under real estate is the real estate investment trust. REITs also offer you good returns. So what they do is it's like, experts who invest your money into a bouquet of real estate, and they make sure that, because they're experts, they understand this, so they grow and you get regular income from that. The category I'm going to talk of now is a very interesting new category which is emerging, and not everyone would be aware of that very well. If you are interested, or you have the ability to write, and you want to write a book, or short stories or things like that, you could publish digital products on Amazon, Kindle, and keep getting money from people who read it. Okay, so that's a nice thing to do. You could do this, it's a hobby, you work on it in the weekends and post it on these sites, digital sites. The second interesting thing I see people do who have an interest in those things is to build content for online courses. And once you've done it on a specific topic, you can actually use some of the sites which allow this, like Udemy, Coursera. Put it on that, and again, as people use it, you get revenue from that. On the same lines, if one of your hobbies, and I'm just giving an example, but you could have a different hobby too. But suppose your hobby is photography. So you take photographs, and some which really strikes you as very good, you can actually upload in sites where every time somebody downloads your photographs and reuses it, they pay you some royalty for that. They pay you some money for that. There are a lot of sites. Two that come to my mind immediately is Shutterstock and Adobe Stock. So you upload there, and every time somebody goes there, you make money. That's passive income. And you're only using your hobby which you do on the weekends. The next category is new but not so new. This is called affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is essentially when a new brand wants to sort of promote themselves, they associate with another bigger brand and take advantage of the traffic that comes there, and sort of promotes their own brand. We see it in brick and mortar sites. It could be a coffee shop which has promoting something else there in that place, or it could be a large store which has other brands being promoted there through posters or demo or whatever is happening there. But what I'm talking of as passive income is digital affiliate marketing. So if you are somebody who writes on blogging sites or vlog, and if you are able to build a brand, Or it could be social media, like you have a lot of followers on Twitter because you write content which a lot of people like, so they follow you. Or you have a YouTube channel where a lot of people subscribe to. You could always get affiliate marketing options where other people want to sell, say somebody who's doing a training setup, but he does not have too much reach on the internet, so he can pay you money to be advertised regularly in your sites, and you make money from him. So it's a very interesting category where you make money because somebody wants to associate with you, and you are known in the internet, in the digital space, because of your hobby or your creativity or what contents you are able to put there, where people want to come and watch or read you. On the same line, you could have, like I said, a Twitter channel where there's a whole lot of followers for you, where you could actually monetize this by Twitter it themselves. Or you run a YouTube channel where you get monetized and paid for every view by YouTube itself. Of course, you can also do affiliate marketing, like I said a little while back. And you could also get sponsorship, where in your Twitter posts or in your YouTube talks, you could actually talk about a sponsor. It's completely legal. All you have to do is to share, and you need to be open about your relationship with the sponsor and mention that. As long as that is done, it's legal in most countries. Continuing on the digital space, there's another interesting category if you are a sort of a techie or a nerd, is to develop apps or websites. Let's start with the app. So you develop an app for a mobile phone and you allow it free or whatever on a site and get people hooked to a particular application that it is serving. And every time they download it from, say, the App Store or whatever, they pay Apple, and Apple pays you some royalty for that. So these are passive incomes. It's a one-time effort, but then it ongoing keeps making money for you. Or you create a website where, because of the niche that you created it on, there is traffic, there are people coming there, and then you either get affiliate marketing there or other sponsorships there and make money from there. Or you could be, actually, if you are really evolved, then you could actually create an e-com platform where others sell to others, but because they are doing it all through your sites, you get paid commission on that. These are completely legal, and there is no active work to be done once the one-time effort is put in. Then you make money on every time there is a transaction that happens. Final category I want to speak about is on the income coming from royalty. If you're a group which makes music, so make music, and you have to be good. So, and then you put it on sites where when people download it, they actually pay you some royalty. Okay, so these are royalty sites. Or you write books, and it could be hardbound book. So you publish books, and every time somebody buys it from the publisher, you make royalty. The last category on this is also a little specialized. This is where you make a product and patent it, and this is very useful for the industry. So companies take it from you and pay royalty to you every time it is used. These are some of the ideas which are existing today. Intentionally, I have not talked about things like crypto because I don't understand it so well, the whole logic of how it works, so I don't want to say for or against it at this moment. But there exists a stream there. I'm not talking of peer-to-peer lending of money which happens in many places. Again, this is something I don't understand. I don't know the legality, so I'm not going to talk about it. But one thing is clear. You need to have a source of passive income to create wealth. And to do this very successfully, Start small, which needs least effort or least investment to build that passive income. Diversify, have multiple streams so that risks are divided and you are managing risk, because if one goes down, something else is up. It's very important to educate yourself on which are streams you're working on. We talked about a whole lot of streams now. Go to Google, educate yourself on how that works, and the key is you're riding on a hobby which can be done on a weekend because you're working people. So it's important, if you want to monetize it, to understand and educate yourself. And finally, the key is to automate most things so that it doesn't take most of your time. So whatever you create or start, make sure it's automated. There are dashboards to tell you things. You don't have to spend too much time just monitoring things. In summary, by exploring these passive income streams that I spoke about, young people can build multiple streams of income which keep growing while you're sleeping. It gives you financial flexibility, stability, and most importantly, it gives you financial independence. Do these and you see how your life changes, because that's the only way to become rich. Passive income. Till the next time, stay unstoppable.